I love the opening of this one. That soft guitar. Just a simple melody. But you know it's leading in to something quite sinister. If you're familiar with the song. It's great. This is MGH 163, and you're listening to Prince of the Abyss, instrumental, Jason Charles Miller. Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, good time zone, one and all. Welcome J-Dog, welcome Garth Mindfeather, welcome Doorbell Streams, hey Bell. Welcome Star, welcome Menelaner, welcome Project, welcome Nox Anguis, and welcome J McUnyielding. And anyone else who filters in to these early few minutes of the pre-stream show. Hello, 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 hello. We got no leftovers today, so we're going to be able to just dive right on in. I hope everyone had a restful sleep. We're back at it again for another day of streaming. Welcome, Chris. Yeah, sure. Welcome all Chris's. And let's just throw out some other names, shall we? Here we go. Random names. Here we go. Welcome Kayla. Welcome Anthony. Welcome Joanne, Andrea, Irma, Sandy, Adrian, Valerie, Malcolm, Dean. Welcome to Bessie, Josh, Jonathan, Ann, Luke, Grant, Irving, Connie, Amelia, and Ginger. Welcome to Clara. Welcome to Ellen. Welcome Doris, Peter, Franklin, Julie, Vanessa, Daisy, Rosalie, Javier. Welcome to Trevor. Welcome to Wim. Welcome to Peggy, Brittany, Dan, Celia, Marcos, Jose, Felipe, and Kenneth. Welcome, Tom. Welcome, Teresa. Great to see you. Welcome, Rosa. Estelle, one of my favorite healers in JRPGs. Welcome, Morris. Welcome, Gertrude and Dolores, Melba, Olive, and Muriel. All right, I'm done with this gag. I have too much time on my hands. It took me 5 seconds to pull up a random list of names. Sometimes people appreciate personal welcome messages, and I just wanted to kind of just take the shotgun approach. Get as many names in there as I could stomach. Only took a minute. This is the quality content you get with pre-stream. Nope. Don't you do it. Give me that theme song. Yeah.
Here's a man who puts Big B to shame.
His head's on magic. Idol champions his game. He's got a cup of tea for wetting his whistle. His advice is on point like magic missile.
Hey Mars, we've We've got questions for you.
Hey, Mars! Need your guidance too. From your guiding hand.
That's the most death metal you're ever gonna get out of me.
Look sharp!
Alright, enough with that nonsense. Let's get to further nonsense. Greetings, champions. Welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars. This is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, the free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy management video game from Codename Entertainment. On this show, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So, get a cup of tea, or whatever you like, and join me for a couple of hours as we talk about all things Idle Champions. This is episode 163. It's March 25th, 2022. It's a Friday. End of the week. Unless you work weekends. I used to, now I don't, so I get to celebrate the end of the week. Yay! But I know what that life is like. Everyone else celebrating Friday being the end of the week, but you gotta work the weekends? That's a bad feeling. But I'm gonna be happy about it. I know, I'm not wearing my hat today. Doing something different. I like to change things up. Don't worry, the hat will return. It's right back here. I keep it within reach at all times. Just in case. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good time zone, everyone. If you missed the pre-stream, I gave a personal welcome to like 50 different random names from a random name generator. So, a quick check-in where I'm at on the game. I'm just farming Mad Wizard free plays, still on Steam. Whereas over on my Epic account, we are playing through the Alter Deep adventure because I'm still working on getting Olcoria. Oh, I'm almost there. Almost. Almost. Getting there. Getting there. We'll see. Anyway. Welcome, everyone. I've got Jordan helping me out today, moderating, producing, and grabbing questions. If you have questions for me, just drop them in Twitch chat. Like always, Jordan will grab them and put them in the questions document for me. Thank you, Jordan. Today's tea, by the way, Cinnamon Express Black Tea from Celestial Seasonings. It is the most cinnamony black tea that I've ever had, and I enjoy it very much. I've been on a little bit of a cinnamon kick lately. But I'm trying to whittle down through all of my mini teas. I want to reduce the clutter. There's an awful pile of tea over there. And I love tea, but it's a little overwhelming. It's a little overstimulating to look over and realize, oh, I have over 100 different teas over there. That's maybe too many. And there's more behind me, too, on this little covered table thing back here. There's more back there. Whew. It's a lot. I have organizers for them. 4, in fact. I have like a Lazy Susan thing. And I've got like some cupboard things that you pull out, and there's teas in those. I've got like 3 different ones of those. But I thought it would be enough. It's not. I was wrong. Less of a tea flex, Doomerak, and more of admitting to a tea problem. Is it a flex when it's so much that it's an issue? It's an issue. I gotta downsize. So it looks like we already got questions coming in. Excellent. Love to see that. By the way, something that I mentioned I was going to do... Something I mentioned I was going to do tomorrow when it was yesterday, so that would mean today now. Time. Is I wanted to play an Ashara DPS formation on my Steam account using Blue Sheep. So going War Exotic Bonds. for my Ashara. Now, where do we actually want to take this? Tomb of Annihilation. I love Tomb of Annihilation. It's one of my favorite places to go. We'll just play Ring of Regeneration. Yeah. It's my favorite formation shape in the game, or at least one of my favorites. Oh yeah, Midnick, that's a good point. Yeah, there's 2 Genasi tanks for that exotic bond. Yeah, because Nova and Tatiana are both. Both tanks. And Genasi, but I want to go Ikoria, because I want magic attackers in the formation for Spellcaster School. I'm going to play Tomb. Single tank. Gonna go with Blushi. Whoa now, Speed Team. I appreciate everyone's eagerness to get started here, but maybe slow up a bit. Slow your roll. We don't need that. We don't need that. I should have turned this off, too. Oh, well. Those are on now. Oh, by the way, Spring Extravaganza. I'm hovering my cursor right over it. Wasn't even talking about it. If you haven't picked up your Day 2 Spring Chest, like me, go ahead and do it now. It's right there. Get the thing. Huzzah! Ooh, an Emojron component chest. That's great. I always love getting more components. Yay, another 3-piece. I like the 3 and 4 pieces. I really need those on my Epic game, though. Oh, what's my wild offer? Oh, it's for Corazon. Corazon's Pirate's Code ability. That's not bad. Maybe later. Anyway, so I want to set up... take everybody out. It's going a little too fast. I would like to set up a Ashara DPS. And I would like to set this up for exotic. So, starting with Potpourri. And then exotic. There we go. Now then, I know I want to bring in Blushi. I guess I'm going to go with Shard Souls, because if Ashara is my DPS, then ultimately she's going to be the only one getting kills. And I'll take Wild Spirit. Okay. Now we got to think about who else we're going to use in here. For Potpourri, I can't bring in Donar because I'm using Blushi. So... or Kira, that's a Potpourri. Exactly what are the Potpourris again? Aarakocra, Dragonborn, Fearbolg, Lizardfolk, Minotaur, Tiefling, and Tortle. Okay. And of those, who are magic attackers? Well, I know I want to get Ikoria in here regardless, so I can go ahead and grab Ikoria. I'll take Shield Guardian. Okay. And her positioning isn't really going to matter. I almost didn't recognize Averin in the skin. In the Ascendant Averin skin. It's really cool. It's awesome that we actually have this now. Okay. Who else, though? No, not Archon. Well, I guess... yeah, we can go Tiefling, so I can at least get Strix in here until I figure out something else to do. Sure. If you don't know, we experimented with this yesterday, but Blushi and Strix actually have synergy because every time Blushi goes down and becomes a spirit, it counts as a haunted stack for Strix. Okay, well, while I piece the rest of this together, let's answer some questions. So, beginning with Jamek and Yielding. Hey, Mars, you see new Minsk magic card can fling boo. I have not! I have not seen that. That's really cool. Boy, if they've started spoiling things, that means it's right around the corner, right? That's exciting. I'm gonna have to set aside some money for that. I love D&D. I want all the magic cards for it. We do not have a tip of the day yet. But I don't like the tip of the day being for a specific chest code combination, because then that tip of the day becomes like completely pointless once those have expired. But like as maybe a general PSA that there are often codes that give away entire champions or other amazing prizes, that's probably a good idea. As far as turtles go, I can't do Gromma, because to get a magic attacking Gromma, I need to do Swamp Specialization, which is not a good idea. Because that's not support Gromma, that's DPS Gromma. I suppose I could get Keelik as another Aarakocra. Certainly I have enough Potpourri by now. Yeah, I have 4. Okay. I need to work on my exotic bond then. So we've got Bullywug. Good. Now then... Well, I guess if I give up Orkira, I can bring in Sisaspia. That'd be a Yuan-Ti, who's a magic attacker, and would count. Now we've got 3 Potpourri, which is good. That's the number we want. 3 or more, and we want 3 or more exotics. So we want 1 more exotic, who is hopefully a magic attacker. So not Tabaxi, not Warforged, not Soriel, not Harengon, not Gith, not Genasi, not Doppelganger, Asimar. Oh, I guess Ariza. Yeah, magic attack. So I guess we're gonna go with Ariza. Okay, but now we're back to needing 1 more Potpourri. Okay, so we need another Aarakocra, Dragonborn, Fearbolt, Blizzardfolk, Minotaur, Tiefling, or Turtle. What are our options? Makos or Shaka? Perfect, thank you. We're probably gonna go with Makos, but just for fun, let's try Shaka and see. I'm just gonna put some bodies on the field and see what our puzzles are. He wants a healing at the front. Nope. The rest of these... Half-elf? That's not happening. Alright, let's do a reroll. See what we get now. Dragonborn. I mean, we... can't. Because it'd be... Well, I mean, well, Mehen. We might be able to use Mehen there, yeah. Okay, we might be able to make this work, actually. Alright, so if I use Mehen... Okay, and Ashara can go here. Saspia can go here. This is fine. And Shaka's got... Ooh, if I put Shaka here... Now Shaka's got 3 adjacent correct puzzles. That'll make him happy. Okay, so now we just need really to replace... Minsk and Sentry. So who do I actually want? Who's magic attackers I could put in here? We're good on bonds now, right? 4 and 3? Yep. Anything else would be extra, which would be nice to have, but not absolutely a requirement. Freely's just always good. I'll bring Freely. And... I'll bring Baloth. Sure. Freely's magic attacker, Baloth's magic attacker. Hey, Okoria. You're up to 9 stacks of Spellcaster School? Nice. For Watchful Order? Nice. Very nice. Okay, let's get some levels on people, and then see how this goes. Take Spreading Spores. Disintegrating. Law, because Ashara is Law. Take Empowered. I'll take... I'll take Blazing Soul. And... Ooh, I do have Mehen in the back, so... No. I'll take Cherupops. Because we're not using Frida or Havilar. Show must go on. And... Siren's Connection. Sure, fine. I can respec if I need to, but this is fine for now. Alright, let's go. Let's see how well this performs. And we will put on our Modest Cores. This one's actually good. There we go. Alright, we're gonna let this ride. Ashara is law. Yes. Reds fan, question. Mars, why did you wear a dragon mask last night? Because I was playing a kobold. Do you know what kobolds are? They're tiny little dragon people. If you read about kobolds in D&D lore, they, like, many of them look up to or even worship dragonkind. They daydream about being dragons. They are draconic in experience, or at least in appearance, or at least reptilian in appearance. I like costuming, and I was in a rush thinking, like, oh, I should do something for this. So I grabbed a dragon mask and a leather jacket, and then I just grabbed all of the belts out of my closet and draped them over my shoulders. And that was my very fast closet costuming for, Oh, thank you, Delramian, for Shadow, the rogue assassin kobold. Bill Slowski, question. Good morning, Mars. How are you? I'm okay. What do the red gems give you in-game? Thank you for asking. I'm doing alright, actually, yeah. I feel good after last night. What do the red gems give you in-game? I started getting them and wondered what they give in-game now. Okay, so you have most likely gained a Black Viper champion. Black Viper is a human rogue. She's like the latest person to adopt the name of Black Viper. It's kind of like a storied assassin, thief, infiltrator sort of figure in the lore of Forgotten Realms. And Lady Esvele Rosnar is just the latest person to become the Black Viper. But what she actually does, she's a jewel thief. She's got a 33% chance that a red gem will drop from a boss loot sack. Each gem collected in the current adventure grants a 12.5% damage bonus stacking multiplicatively. Each red gem collected across all adventures permanently unlocks additional bonuses. Up to a maximum of 6,500 red gems in total, ever collected, like permanently, gives you full access to her Jewel Thief abilities. It's an ability that upgrades over time, the more stuff she collects. I'm going to take a familiar off that disintegrating wall because it actually seems to be slowing us down, or at least it feels like it. Bill Slowski, follow-up. What is BV? BV is the common acronym that is thrown around for when people talk about Black Viper, just because it's faster to type 2 letters than it is to type the full name, Black Viper. BV just stands for Black Viper. Soapy Snake, question. Remember when you and Sean recommended me to increase the chance of Briv Unnatural Haste? Well, now it's at 92%. Whoa! Yeah, you have made some progress. That's awesome. Well done. Now, can you get that up to a perfect, clean 100%? And then it's always reliable. Midnick, question. Which talent spec is the go-to, assuming the DPS champ I'm using isn't evil, of course? Boy, I feel like it's kind of up in the air between left or middle. I usually take middle on my Epic game. I barely use Talon on my Steam account currently, but I'm expecting that I probably will be using Talon a lot more once I switch to free to DPS. Just waiting on that Mehen spec. Oh, middle's the popular option for click debuff? That's good to know. Is it because of the both the slowing and the multiplicative damage increase? That would make sense. Because I guess when you're doing click debuff, you're trying to, like, buy time so that you can set up your incredible combo of damage. Yeah, and because it's a wider range, it affects more mobs. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks for your comment there, Granger. Nighthawk. Hi, Mars. I appreciate your streams. Thank you. I enjoy listening to you each morning as I relax and get ready for the day. Thank you. I'll be honest, for a moment yesterday, I went into bad brain territory, bad mental health moments for a bit yesterday. Thinking, I was starting to think, like, are people getting sick of seeing me so often on this channel? Because I stream, like, every day, and now I'm also going to be on Formation Save and Community Q&A. So, comments like that help a lot. Thank you very much, Nighthawk. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to do my best here. Smuttick, question. If I get a pack that has an epic and I have that epic on that champion, do I get back a potion of polish? If you get a pack that has an epic, so just purple rarity gear, do you get back a potion of polish? No. You wanted to say shiny. Okay, thank you, Smuttick, for clarifying. So if you get a pack that has a shiny, and you have that shiny on that champion, do I get back a potion of polish? No, I don't believe so. I don't think that happens. You would just get a shiny for a slot on that champion that isn't already shiny yet. If you have full shinies on a champion, and you buy a pack for them that has guaranteed shinies, then you're going to get duplicate shinies. And duplicate shiny is not a waste, it's plus 125 item levels. So that's a pretty significant boost to the overall efficacy of that item. The time that you get a potion of polish is if you have a shiny item, and then you purchase a pack that has a golden epic, and that golden epic replaces the shiny, then you get back a potion of polish in your inventory. Oh yeah, I guess there was that specific time when we got a specific Baloth shiny. Back during the Trials of Mount Tiamat voting, right? In that case, I don't know what happens there. Thank you, everyone, for the kind words. I am seeing them. Thank you. Alright. Composure. Dagome, 1. Question. How offline gold works? Does it depend on the level you're on at the moment of opening? How offline gold works? It's my understanding that your offline gold is calculated for, like, each stage that you were playing through while offline. But to be fair, that's just an assumption that I've been working on for, like, a year now or more. So that could be wrong. I suppose there's every possibility that it could just calculate for the highest stage that you've reached. I don't know. Maybe we can learn that together. I will write that one down and ask Sean about it later. Sean seems to be the guy that understands everything about offline progress, so I'm just going to ask him. Or for that matter, he's on Griddle Champions right after my show. Ask him there. Just ask him on Griddle Champions. Griddle Champions is right after me today. For a moment, I was like, yeah, Sean's not streaming today. There's no community Q&A, there's no formation save, so... But no, he is. There's Griddle Champions. Although that show is the most likely to veer off topic. But it's fun, you know? It's part of the charm of Griddle Champions. I love it. It's one of our most relaxing and casual fun shows, I think. Reds fan, question. Mars, mix your tea into a new blend from the ones you have.
No. No.
It would be so much! There would be so much! No, I couldn't I'd have to take, like, the littlest pinch from each different thing, and I would still end up with, like, a jar full of tea just from doing a little pinch of each one. No. But maybe I can mix a few different ones. I have done that in the past. One thing I like to do is mix oolong with various herbal teas. I've had like a chocolate oolong, a blueberry oolong. You can do lots of fun combinations with oolong because it's kind of a floral, fruity taste already, so it pairs well with herbal teas. But no, if I mixed everything together, oh, that'd be a cacophony of bad stuff. I would never want to mix, like, oh god, I have like a sleepy time tea and like a sinus relief tea. I would not want to mix those with, like, chai and peppermint and cinnamon and... Well, I mean, chai with cinnamon would be good, actually. A lot of chai already has cinnamon in it. You get the idea. There'd be some conflicting things there. It's an amusing thought, though. Unreal Genius. When your Ashara takes flight, do her magic missiles still emanate from the spot on the ground that her hands were casting from? I assume that's just not wanting to program the extra animation. But if it's supposed to be that way, does it simply take flight as actually an intimidation illusion? Ooh, does it imply that it's just an illusion that she's... I mean, she is a wizard, so she could... That's an interesting theory. That's an interesting theory. Is Ashara actually flying? Or is she wise enough in her age and her wisdom to know that it's not really the flight that matters, it's intimidating people into thinking that you're flying. That's cool. But no, I thought that when she takes flight that she actually casts from her hands in the flying animation. I guess I've never stopped to check. But I guess when we get up to our wall, wherever that might be, or at least when my familiars have stopped killing everything on their own, then we'll be able to see that for ourselves. Oh yeah, take flight. Yeah, it happens when the formation's under attack. Yeah, that's what triggers it. So that is the perfect time for defensive illusion. It's a good point, Pedigy. Ah. I like this idea that Ashara, being very intelligent and quite wise, is actually just projecting an illusion. That's cool. That's actually really cool. General Walker, question, does every campaign have a free hero? Which one should I get ASAP? Thanks. As of this week, yes, every campaign has a free champion now. So, Grand Tour of the Sword Coast has Drizzt, the legendary Drizzt, from the Forgotten Realms novels by R.A. Salvatore. Tomb of Annihilation has both Azaka, Stormfang, and Dragonbait, who are NPCs that appear in the Tomb of Annihilation campaign, like the 5e campaign book, Tomb of Annihilation. Waterdeep Dragon Heist has Olcoria Stonemarrow, the Gargoyle. She's a dwarf Archwizard. I'm using her in the formation right now, actually. Baldur's Gate Ascended to Avernus has Rhea, last of the Hell Riders. She's so cool. But a bit of an advanced state. If it was Pokemon rules, you could say that she's evolved by the time that you've actually recruited her. She's even cooler. Icewind Dale Rhyme the Frost Maiden has Xeraphon, who is the game's only doppelganger character so far. They are really awesome. They're very strong, but they require really full understanding of how they function to use them well. And then the Wild Beyond the Witchlight is the one that has the latest character. Her name is Blushie. She's our one and only Bullywug so far. She's not like the other Bullywugs. She's dark, okay? Hashtag not like the other Bullywugs. Nobody understands this teen, but when she picked up a strange skull, she found someone who does, an undead entity, who sealed her in a warlock pact or whatever. Now whenever she dies, she comes back as a much tougher ghost, smashing her assailants before being sucked back into her body and returning to life. Very useful and goes with their whole, like, vibe. Surely there will be no repercussions. Blushie's awesome. But she can be a challenge to unlock. As far as all of the evergreens go that you can unlock via campaign progress, my suggestion is to first prioritize Azaka in Tomb of Annihilation. You get her about halfway through the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. You have to complete a variant called Azaka's Procession Part 2 under the Tomb of the Nine Gods adventure in Tomb of Annihilation. I hope that helps, General Walker. That's the one that I would recommend that you get ASAP. Onyx Squared. Hi, Mars. Hello, Onyx. You mentioned the Blushie and Strix synergy. Does she also have synergy with Desmond like Spurt does? Yes. We tested that yesterday as well. She does. Yep. Blushie in spirit form counts as a stack of Lament the Lost for Desmond, which, if you understand how Desmond works, is quite good. That is quite good. Alluri, question, is Spurt Ultimate meant to count for Desmond's Lament in the Lost? Tried it earlier today, and it didn't count Spurt as dead. It is supposed to count. Let me try it myself real quick. Turn off auto progress here. Oh, Spurt! Alright, Spurt's in spirit form. I'm gonna wait for the hammer to drop again, though, because he's about to come out of spirit form. There we go. And now... Bleh. He's dead again. Let's get Desmond out here. Level faster, Desmond. Go faster. Go faster. Thank you. Alright. So here's my Desmond. Lament the Lost. Escorts and Dead Champions. 1. That's Spurt. See if I take Spurt out. Switch back to Mehen. Now it'll say 0. So yeah, that was Spurt. So Spurt was the one that was triggering that Lament the Lost stack. So it's working for me. What platform are you on, Alluri? Because I'm just testing on Steam here. If you're on a different platform, then maybe it might be bugged on a different platform. But just double check. You're also on Steam? Well, it's working for me on Steam. Double check if you can. Make sure that you've dropped the hammer on Spurt. Because Spurt doesn't just always count as dead. Spurt has to be in spirit form. It's Foolish Genius. Question, for those of us on console who got the Renown Pack, hey Mars, how Prudence better? Alright, so basically like a quick rundown of how Prudence works. Alright, sure. Let's get Prudence out here. So Prudence is a pure DPS. If you're not using her as your DPS champion in the formation, then you're doing it wrong. I don't often say that, but... yeah. As Prudence is just a straight DPS, she has to be the one doing the damage and getting the kills. Otherwise, why do you have her out here? So, at level 50, Prudence gets Glee. Prudence gains 1 stack of Glee each time she kills an enemy. For each stack of Glee, her damage is increased by 10%, stacking additively. Glee has a 20% chance to lose 1 stack whenever a champion other than Prudence gets a kill. So Prudence really, really loves violence. She wants to kill everything. Kill the world. Every time she gets a kill, she gets stronger. Every time someone else gets killed, there's a chance that she gets upset about that and gets weaker as a result. But if you're playing the game, like, correctly, if you're setting her up for just being your single DPS and being the only one getting kills once you're at your wall, then no problem. She'll be the only one getting kills, so she'll just be constantly getting stacks of Glee. And then we have Delight, which increases the bonus of Glee for each good aligned champion in the formation, stacking additively and then applying multiplicatively. So, you want to put Prudence in, you want to make sure that she's getting kills, but you want to also have other good aligned champions in here. Even though she's evil, she needs good aligned characters to, like, keep her on the straight and narrow. Resolve, increase the max stacks of Prudence's Glee by 10 for each neutral or evil champion in the formation. So don't go all in on putting in good champions, because you also want neutral or evil champions to increase your maximum possible stacks of Glee, because you want as many stacks as possible. So you kind of want to find a sweet spot between, like, how much good and how much neutral or evil do you actually want in your formation. Do you want just more, like, having your stacks count for more by having more Delights, by having more good aligned champions, or do you want more maximum possible stacks of Glee by having more neutral or evil champions in formation? You're going to have to figure out that happy ratio for yourself, because it's not just how it works in a vacuum. You got to take into account what other support buffs are those neutral, evil, or good champions bringing to the table for Prudence. Just don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Don't go all neutral and evil, and don't go all good. Have some kind of a mix. She gets her ultimate, Hunger of Vidar, which is nice, I guess. And then Frustration. Every time Prudence attacks an enemy but does not kill it, aka you're at your wall, she gains a stack of Frustration. Frustration stacks increase your damage by 200%, stacking multiplicatively. Maximum number of Frustration stacks is equal to the number of champions adjacent to Prudence. So you want a lot of adjacent champions to maximize on her Frustration, because it's a multiplicative bonus. That's always a good thing. And then it's reduced by 1 every time she gets a kill. Okay. So she gets frustrated once you're at your wall, and she starts to work harder to commit even greater acts of violence in the hopes that she will actually break through that wall. Okay, then you got your specialization choice. I went with She Hungers, but she's got 2 options. Eldritch Torrent. When Prudence attacks, there's a 50% chance that her base attack cooldown will be immediately reset. Or She Hungers. When Prudence attacks, there's a 5% chance that her ultimate attack cooldown will be immediately reset. Generally, you probably go with Eldritch Torrent, so she's attacking more often, more quickly. I just chose the other one just because I was just trying to play very quickly to get her stuff on the board so that we could look over it. Generally go with Eldritch Torrent. And that's it for her abilities. But if you want to really use Prudence better, I recommend picking up Corazon. Because Corazon has a very cool ability. Pirate's Code. Corazon increases the damage of neutral, good, and evil access champions in formation by X%. For me, currently 3,921%. Grease is just a good ability. That's just useful. But honorary crewmates. This is exciting for Prudence. All champions adjacent to Corazon are treated as neutral in addition to their actual alignment. So, you could have good champions that count toward Prudence's Delight, which are then also marked as honorary crewmates, becoming neutral in addition to being good, which then also count toward Prudence's Resolve. So that you've got champions that are counting for both Delight and Resolve. Kind of a best of both worlds situation. And that's great. That's Prudence in a nutshell. Good question, Foolish Genius. Grease is the best spell, end of story, according to Corazon. Yeah. Oh, looks like we've got Okay. Ah! Okay, couple of first-timers both asking about speed. Nice. So, Southern Cap coming back to the game after a long while. How do you get the game speed going so fast? And JL Crowell, hey folks, I'm new to the game. I see champions moving really fast in these streams. Is there a buff you get later in the game, or are these just potions? So, welcome to the game, JL Crowell. Happy to have you. I hope you enjoy Idle Champions and our lovely community. And welcome back, Southern Cap. You were away from the game for a while, now you're back. Glad to have you back. Things have changed. Things have evolved in fun and exciting ways. We have a lot of Twitch streams now, and by a lot, I mean more than a dozen every week. Which means we're also giving out a lot more chest codes nowadays than we used to. That's the chest code. It's always right above my head. Magic Tank. Yay! We finally have Magic Tank after years. It's good to have Blushi. Happy to have Blushi. So basically, you're asking, both of you, how's the game going so fast? So that question gets asked so often that we ended up making a clip for it and then a bot command that just conjures up that clip so that you can watch it. But to basically go over how I'm going so fast, it's a combination of things. Let me save this formation real quick so that I can reload it in a minute when I want to bring it back. Let's see... Blue Shara. Yeah, Blue Shara. MGH 163. Or should I do the date? I should do the date. 3/25/22. There we go. Blue Shara. Now then, let me load my speed team. Sure. Oh, looks like I need to make adjustments to my speed team, actually. Get Whittle. Okay, Whittle, Sentry, Beacon, Miss Kumon, Milk. Okay, great. Now let me take out the extras that aren't actually contributing to speed here, so that we only have speed champions on the board. And let me switch over to my fast Modron core. Okay. This is speed. Completing stages in under a second. I'll turn off auto progress again, and I'll actually talk about what's going on here. So there's a few factors at work that are being combined. One, yes, I do have speed potions on, so there are consumable items in the game. If it's been a while for you, Southern Cap, I don't know if you were here when speed potions were first introduced. So we have speed potions now. It's been a year or two? We've had them for a good amount of time at this point. Speed potions, just like other potions, you get them from regular chests, and when you use them, you just make the game flat out go faster. They can be combined, you can stack them up together, until you hit a maximum speed bonus of 10 times. 10 times. So you can make the game go 10 times faster. But that's not the limit of how fast you can actually go. That's just the limit of the game speed being increased. As in, everything is being ramped up equally. There are then things that you can do to specifically ramp things up from there. This is the fast Modron core, what is often referred to as the speed core. So by the way, Modron cores exist now, if you're coming back to the game, Southern Cap. Modron cores are a way of enabling automation so that the game truly becomes an idle experience if you want it to. There are 3 different Modron cores. Each of them have different buffs that you get by piping the psychomorphic energy of the starting node out to each of the output nodes. So like this one is increasing my gold find by 480%. This one's increasing my gold find by 480%. This one's increasing my gold find by 480%. This one's increasing my gold find by 960%. But there's other stuff. On the fast Modron core, there are nodes that increase game speed in a variety of ways, like this one. Enemies have a 50% chance to drop 2 quest items at once or count for 2 kills at once. Time accelerates and everything moves 1.5 times faster, maximum 10 times. Reduce the amount of gold required to level up champions by 94%. Increase gold and reducing the amount of gold it takes to level up means that you can get your champions leveled up faster, which matters for speed, we'll talk about in just a moment. There's one down here that's just increase enemy spawn speed by 50%. Because the faster enemies are spawning, the faster you can take them out. So, the Fast Motron Core, the Speed Core, makes everything go faster. Potions make everything go faster. And then there's champions themselves. There are champions in the game who are actually marked as speed champions. Support speed. Healing support speed. Tanking support speed. Support speed. DPS support speed. Support speed. Support speed. Speed champions each have a different unique mechanic that makes the game go faster. Different ways. Some of them increase the rate at which enemies will spawn. Some of them increase the rate at which spawned enemies will approach the party. Because they actually spawn off-screen and then they walk to the edge of the screen and then they appear. Some of them reduce the amount of items that you need to fulfill quest requirements, whether it's getting kills or picking up quest items off the ground when you kill a monster. Some of them make more enemies spawn. And the real fun thing is, when you use all of them together, all of these things happen all at once. So use all of the speed characters, plus speed potions, plus the speed core, and you get this. Which, obviously, is much faster than this. Where's a book I can pick up and comically read? Right. There's other speed champions as well. Yes, I forgot to mention Tatiana. She's one of the newest characters that just came out. She swaps with Human, who is himself also a speed champion. So they are speed champions that cannot be used together because they occupy the same spot on the bench. Alright, I'm going to switch back to Blue Shara. It's a fun name. Or a comic I can pick up and bookishly read. Good one, Roland. Draw another bee. No, not yet. I'm in fact being very impatient. Alright. So I hope that answers your question. Hope that explains it. Speed mechanics are a thing in the game, which are pretty popularly used, I would say. Anytime a new speed champion comes out, people always get hype about that. General Walker asks, how do I get the new champion? Well, my friend, go back to your map screen, and if you have access to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign, you need to play through the storyline of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign so that you're on the second map, and then work your way up through everything until you're at the latest camp, which is over here by Downfall. You need to complete the Fairy Rings of Thither base adventure, and then the Bully for You variant adventure. By completing Bully for You, you will unlock the brand new character, Blushi! But this is tough. This is no joke. You have to beat Area 600, first of all, so if you struggle to get to Area 600 already, you're probably not ready for this one, because you have to beat Area 600 while under some, let's say, harsh conditions. You're already down a formation slot because a Bullywug joins the formation. And then to make matters worse, every 25 areas, the Bullywug leaps to a new formation slot of the champion from the bench seat with the most available champions. So the Bullywug doesn't stay in the spot that they begin in. They move around, causing you to shift people around to adjust your formation design. And then on top of that, whatever champion the Bullywug lands on when he leaps around is knocked out for the rest of the adventure. You just lose them for the rest of the adventure. That's fun. Champions can't be removed from formation once they've been added, so once you put someone in, you've committed them. You cannot take them back out. So choose very carefully, because there's a good chance you're going to lose people that you care about. Unless you're very smart, unless you're clever about choosing your characters that you want to put in. Oh, and by the way, Fire Breath Potions can't be used at all during the adventure. We tried. We actually get a pop-up message that says, no, you can't do that. And click damage has no effect after Area 100. So anyone thinking that they could just get a ton of favor and then just do click damage to get through it, no. Not happening. Can't do that. So yeah, it's tough. We did it live on the show 2 days ago. That was episode 161. Yeah, I think that was episode 161 of Mario Skating Hand. We played through it. So if you want to see an example of that adventure being played, go check out episode 161. I went through the whole thing and won, but it got real dicey there toward the end. Yeah, lesson in classes is still harder, I agree. I would go for Belushi before I go for Xeraphon. But you're going to lose like 23 champions along the course of playing through Belushi's Unlock Adventure. We have 98 champions in the game now, so that's not too bad if you have them all. But even if you only have like half the roster right now, 49, losing out on 23 champions along the way, that's nearly half of your entire team. That's rough. Magic Mons. Chat, I'm trying to pass the last level to get the new champion. Stuck on level 600. Any tips? Oh, Magic Mons. You're stuck on level 600? Oh no. Well, you can't change your champions out because once you put them in, you've committed them for that adventure. Ooh. Since that was a few minutes ago, do we have an update from Magic Mons? Were they able to beat it after all, or are you still stuck on it? If you're still here, I'd love to know. Anyway, check out your inventory. If you've got any damage, health, potions, anything like that, open up some chests. Maybe you can get some more gear. Blacksmithing contracts, you could invest on your DPS champion or your strongest support champion to try to get a better buff on your DPS from them. Check your Modron core, see if there's any adjustments that you can make. I mean, prioritize, damage and reducing enemy health if you even have that as an option. Like, if you have to make choices, if you have to make sacrifices on your Modron core and repipe things. Like, if you're already at the highest stage, then you don't need any more, like, gold find, right? Like, you can move things around. Yeah, check your feats. It's a good suggestion, Roland. Check your feats. I'm always forgetting to change my feats over from gold to DPS. Like, I bet my Freely is still on gold feats. Look. No, Adventurous Tale? Even worse! Yeah, I need my Unlucky for Them feats. There we go. Always check your feats. Patron perks. If you have any patrons at all, and if you have not finished all of your patron perks, like you haven't done all of your locals and globals, maybe reset your influence and put everything into globals. Because the local effects are not going to be helping you at all, but global effects might make the difference. There's a few different things that you could try, Magic Mons. Good luck. I'm rooting for you. You're so close. Soapy Snake. Question, if you buy a feat for a champion you don't own from the patron store, do you unlock the champion as well? No, you do not. That has never been the case. It is often, but not always, the case that if you get a skin for a champion, you'll also get that champion. But I don't think it's ever been the case that if you get a feat, that you also get the champion. Wash Wizard. What is a shiny? And is that little square in the equipment box under characters pick? Oh, and what is that little square in the equipment box under characters pick? The little square in the equipment... Oh! Okay, so like my Human, for example. So here's the character's pick, right? Character's portrait, I'm assuming that's what you mean. And what's the little box inside the square? Well, that is the visual indicator that you have a shiny in that slot. So this is all kind of ties together. So here's my Human, for example. And here is Human's Slot 2 Epic. Note the purple border on the outside of the card, and the kind of copper or brown border on the inside of the card. And now, here is Human's Slot 1 Epic. This one's shiny. Note the purple border on the outside, denoting that it's an Epic, just like the other one we looked at. But the inner border is silver instead of a coppery brown. That indicates that it's shiny. Also, it literally says the word shiny. So it says Human's Walking Sticks, here's the title of the card, and right above it says level 937. And this one says Adventurer's Cloak, and right above it says Shiny, level 813. So there's multiple things that inform me that this is in fact a shiny piece of equipment. Now what does shiny actually do? It's a permanent plus 50% increase to the effectiveness of that item. It's a big upgrade, no matter what it lands on. Generally speaking, you want shinies. Some shinies are more valuable than others. But what they do is they improve stuff. We should probably put on a Fire Breath Potion, huh? Let's use some mediums. That way I can have better control over how long these last. Growltor. Question. Mars, did you know that we appreciate you and you bring goodness and light into our lives and help us better enjoy this game? You haven't gotten annoying or tiresome, but you have helped me remember to look sharp. Thank you, Growltor. Those messages like that honestly help a lot. It is a good feeling to help people. Even if it's just, you know, helping people out with a video game. It honestly feels good to help people. Okay, composure. Super Greggy. If gold is better than shiny gear, can you pull out a gold out of chests or no? Curious. So golden epics do not come out of chests. No. Golden epics typically come from purchases in the shop. So like, I've got a wild offer here, right? For a Corazon. So this is a golden epic. Notice that it's got the epic purple border on the outside and a golden inner border. So that means that's a golden epic. Here's a golden epic. If I purchase some chests for Omen, I'll also get the golden epic for Tamora's Club of Fortune. All champion damage for Omen. And there's other stuff around here too. I can get a golden epic for Brunor if I just buy some gold chests. Let's see. Are there any others around here? I guess not. There are some golden epics that you can get from the patron shops, however. That does not cost money, just in-game free-to-play currency. Watchful Order Staff, golden epic for Olcoria. Oh, and Animated Gargoyle, golden epic for Olcoria. This one's for Spellcaster School, so that one's really good. Honestly, I should really work on getting this, because that would be a major power-up for my Olcoria, and thus my Ashara DPS team. Yeah. Vajra. Scimitar the Were-Tiger, golden epic for Azaka. And Volo's Guide to Cholt Pullout Map, golden epic for Azaka. Strahd has Dragonbait Shield, golden epic for Dragonbait. And, did I pass it? Belt of Mini Pouches for Scent Roasted Vegetables buff, golden epic for Dragonbait. Zerial has stuff for Rhea. Zerial has Rhea's Armor of the Avatar, golden epic for Searing Radiance buff. Zerial also has the Sword of Zerial, golden epic for Rhea for global DPS increase. So there are at least a few golden epics out there that you can get without paying real money. They are also rarely, but it does happen sometimes, but rarely, given away via various promotions. But it's always something that, like, you have to work for, like log in every day for X number of days and blah blah blah. It's been a while since we've had one of those, I think. Right now, there's the Spring Extravaganza, which is a log in every day and get some free stuff. But it does not come with a Golden Epic. You will, however, get a skin and feet for Naeli, in addition to the stuff that comes out of these chests, which is always good. The chest for yesterday, which I just opened up today, had a Time Gate piece, for one. There's a large blasting contract. That's always exciting to get. And a whole Modron chest. It's fantastic. Will we get another Potion of Polish? I mean, probably. If tradition stands, usually these week-long things that have chests with a bonus for 4 out of 7, usually the last chest has a Potion of Polish in it. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Almost always does. Zalabrum, what teas does he use? A lot. I got a lot of tea. If we want to talk brands, that's probably the fastest way to get through the... There's a lot. Like, I'm looking at them sitting on top of my refrigerator over here, and it's a lot of tea. So, as far as brands go, Friday Afternoon is my favorite loose leaf tea. I love everything Friday does. It's fantastic. That's a Seattle-based blender. But she also ships her teas basically everywhere, so you can do online orders. You get free shipping for $100 orders or more, so that's usually what I do. I'll do like a yearly order from Friday and just get like a lot of stuff to last me the year. But I also have a lot of Celestial Seasonings. I have a lot of Stash brand. I've got some Tazo brand teas. Not a lot, but a few. Yorkshire teas from Tailors of Harrogate are always great. And like a really high quality fancy tea that I got is from Murchie's. There's a tea shop in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, which is where the Codename Entertainment headquarters is. And one of my coworkers actually told me, like, hey, when you come up here, you gotta check out this tea shop, Murchie's. So I did. I found it like on the last day that I was up there. So I flew up there for Extra Life back in November. And yeah, it's really good tea. I came back with 4 different Murchie's teas. As much as I could possibly stuff into the very little remaining space I had in my suitcase. Joan of Arc says the Stash tea double chai spice is so good. I agree. I love me a good chai. One of my favorite general types of tea is chai. Especially a homemade chai, like when you actually take the time to make it yourself from scratch. Oh, that's the good stuff. The Baker's silenced. Question, what tea do you prefer for clearing sinuses? So honey, lemon, ginseng, and what I like to do is I take a Ricola lozenge, cough drop, whatever you want to call it, and I drop that into the teacup, and I mix that in. And the combined effect of all the herbs and stuff, like peppermint oils and things that are in the Ricola, in addition to the lemon ginger tea with honey, is a potent elixir for clearing up my sinuses and helping to soothe a sore throat all at once. Niscus, question, how is the Crowy Easter egg done? Okay, alright. People ask me this sometimes. Alright, so we gotta get Binwin out on the field, unfortunately. Once we have Binwin out here, sure, more minions, that's fine. I go through, make sure we're not currently using it. Yeah, we're not. Okay, good. We go through here, and we grab the Crowy Familiar. And now you put Crowy on Binwin, and then click on Crowy 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Quickly. And Crowy becomes the Criddler. Now he's got a funny little jacket and a question mark over his head. And he'll turn back into Crowy after a while. But that is the Easter egg. That's how you get... Yep, there he goes. You put Crowy on Benwyn, click 3 times quickly, and Crowy becomes the Criddler. Yeah, look away, Gar. Gar hates when I do that. I don't mind telling people about Easter eggs. I love them. I think they're very fun. I think we should have more. De Hell Jumper Esp. I've looked up formations and no one seems to use Jarlaxle at the center surrounded by neutral good characters. Why is that? Yeah, so that is what you would want to do if you want to set up Jarlaxle as your DPS, right? Here's the thing. Jarlaxle is a great DPS for your first few hours of gameplay. And then after that, he very rapidly falls off the overall efficiency when compared to other DPS characters that you have. Even DPS characters that you begin the game with, for that matter. Minsk in slot 7. An excellent DPS character. Better than Jarlaxle, I guarantee it. And then Ashara, not only a good DPS character that you start the game with, but one of the best DPS characters in the entire game. I am currently an Ashara DPS main, and I've been playing the game for 5 years now. I'm going to be pivoting to a different DPS hopefully soon, as soon as something comes to the game. I'm waiting on something, and then I can switch over. But for now, I'm still an Ashara DPS main. Using Ashara, I've been able to blaze through, way past stage 1000. I think my highest is still stage 1280. Man, I haven't broken my record in a while. I need to work on that. But that's why you don't see a lot of people talking about putting Jarlaxle in the center and surrounding them with neutral and good champions, because doing that implies that you're using Jarlaxle as DPS, and there are a lot of better DPS options in the game. Now, if you just want to use Jarlaxle as your DPS, even though it might not be the most optimal thing, that's fine. You should do that. Do what makes you happy. Maybe you're just a fan of Jarlaxle, so you just want to use Jarlaxle. That's cool. Do it. I will not disparage you for that. Foolish Genius, question. Did you ever ask if Aaron wrote those adventures? Oh, no, but in our little kind of pre-D&D stream, last night I did a D&D live play game hosted by Lauren. I played alongside Alexis, one of our artists, Sean. You should know Sean. He's on a lot of our shows and also does your tickets. And then Aaron Evans. It was my first time ever playing with Aaron Evans, so I'm like, ah! Geeking out internally. Trying to keep my cool. But in our little, banter back and forth right before the show, I talked about having to voice Blushi when I read the dialogue out for those new adventures the other day, and she was just delighted about that, which I think implies that she wrote those adventures. But no, I got so nervous about doing the game itself, I just completely forgot to actually ask her. I was so nervous. Ugh. You would think that because I love D&D so much, and I've been playing D&D since I was 10 years old, and that I'm on live streams all the time, it's literally my day job, you would think I wouldn't be nervous about playing D&D live on stream. I guess I still have some anxiety issues to work through. Anyway, Sturgios GK. Sturgios. Where can I find epic gear for event heroes? Well, mainly from chests for those event heroes. So, can't do that right now. Oh, my epic game. That works. Actually, I have some chests I need to open up on my epic game. Right, so I have some Briv chests, I have some Elendra chests, I have some Tatiana chests. So, like, here's Tatiana. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rare pieces of gear on Tatiana and 1 epic gear on Tatiana. I want more epics. So primarily what I need to do is open up more gold Tatiana chests. So I'm going to do that. Nope. Nope. So luck wasn't in the cards for me this time. But that would be the primary way of getting epics for an event champion. But, Mars, I can only get those when I'm playing that event for that champion, or a time gate for that character. That is true. But there's other ways you can get epics for them as well. Patron Chests. Once you've unlocked patrons, you'll also be able to get Patron Chests. Yes, you can pay real money for them, but you can also just earn them using free-to-play currency. Each patron has their own free-to-play currency. For Mert, it's Ruby Coins. 5,000 Ruby Coins gets you a Mert Patron Chest, and there's no limit to how many of these you can get each week. Other stuff, there's a limit of how many things you can get each week, or how many times ever, like just Devotion and Polishes once ever per patron. But for Mert, and for all the patrons, you can get their Patron Chest as many as you want. As long as you have the Ruby Coins to afford it, you can get lots of them. And the Mert Patron Chest, or any of the Patron Chest, will only contain gear for champions that qualify for that patron. For Mert, it's only good or evil champions. So no neutral champions. So no Tatiana. Sad. But I also want epics for Briv. And Briv is good. Got it good. So if I get a Mert Patron Chest, there's a chance that I might get gear for Briv out of those Mert Patron Chests. Which means there's a chance that I get an epic for Briv out of those Mert Patron Chests. So primarily, you're going to want to work on the events for the champions when they come out. Or a year from now, we'll have Tatiana's event will come back around, and you'll be able to earn chest for her again. Because event champions will be accessible in events for 3 years. The year that they come out, the year after that, the year after that, and then they are retired to time gates only. But during any point after they're released, including after they've been retired to time gates and before, you can still just open a time gate for that champion. Each time gate you do for a champion will get you, if you complete all the objectives in that time gate, 3 gold chests specifically for that champion. So more of a chance of getting epics. So, all this is to say, there are ways of getting epics for event champions, but it's hard. It's better than it used to be, though. Once upon a time, there were only events. Just events. No time gates, no patrons, just events. I suppose there's also weekend newsletter chests. The chest that you get from the newsletter each weekend will contain gear for the 5 champions that are in that weekend buff, but only if you own those champions. Still, it's a chance. I actually did get an epic for an event champion from a weekend chest once. I think it was for Vlania, and it was not for a slot that mattered. So, I wasn't too thrilled about it. It was amusing at least, but not really a big deal. I want to open up the rest of these chests while I'm thinking about it, though. It's going to bother me if I don't open these now, and then I end up having to wait throughout the full weekend. Aw, man. Ultimate attack cooldown. I got so excited for a second. Okay. That's fine. Whatever. I guess. One of these days, I'll get my very first shiny on this epic account, and it will be epic. Haha. Nope. Oh. Okay, Minsk. Okay. Yeah, I think I would like to get your epic for favorite enemy. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Thanks, buddy. Okay. Yeah, I think I would like an epic potion of speed. Thanks, game. Sweet. switch back to Steam. 9Wild9, how to set global only on patron perks. So you can't actually do global only, because each perk tier has a required number of perks previously purchased in order to access that next tier. So like if I go full ranks of Amateur Adventurer for Mert Tier 1 Global, I can't actually take any of the Tier 2 ones yet because it says I still need 5 more perks purchased. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aha! Now I have access to Tier 2. So now I'm going to go all in on the Tier 2 Global. But Tier 3 says I still need 10 more perks purchased to access Tier 3. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get the least expensive options from the previous perk tiers. So 63, 67, 7, 73, okay, 75, 77, 78, 8, okay, blah. There we go. Now I can do Tier 3. So I'm going to go all in on the Tier 3 Global. But now I still need to get 10 more to access the next tier. Okay, same as before. I'm just going to systematically choose whichever one is the cheapest, because I don't really care about the local perks if I'm not actively playing with that patron. If I am just trying to make progress anywhere other than that patron, then I do not care about the local perks. Okay, challenge accepted, sure. Although this one's not even going to help me either, honestly. So I could probably be a little bit more efficient, for that matter, and only take the globals that actually matter for me, and otherwise just take the cheapest thing so I can access the next tier. There we go. This one will help. Veteran Adventure, increase damage to all champions by X%. 250% maximum. Cool. Alright, and now just back to getting whatever's the cheapest, so 13.4. How many do I need? 59 more. That's a lot. Okay. Blah, blah. Okay, I see 13. It's 14, 14, 14. 14, 15, 15, 15, 15. 15, 15. 16, 16, 16, 16. 17, 17, 17, 17. 18, 18. Oh, there's another 17. 18. 18, 18. 19, 19, 19. How are we doing? We need 29 more, okay? 20, 20, 20. 21, 21, 21. 22, 22, 22. 23, 23. 24, 24, 24. 25, 25, 25. 12 more, okay. 26, 27, 28, 28, 29, 29. Oh, why did it jump around? 29, 29, 31, 31, 32. Okay. And now, there we go. All gold found by 27.5%. Oh, and I've run out. So that's it. So that's how I try to maximize my global perks. Rysong 10. I am a new player. What happens with duplicate equipment you get from chest? Welcome to Idle Champions. Happy to have you. Yeah, no hat today, just wasn't feeling it. What happens to duplicate equipment? It's not wasted. If you're worried about that, if you're worried about it being like just trashed if it's a duplicate, don't worry, no sweat. It's not wasted. So as an example, I just pulled a common item for Nayeli for her armor. I already have an epic shiny item for Nayeli's armor. There's a little preview of it right there. It's very, very small on screen, but it's right there. Because this is a duplicate piece of gear, what it has done is it has increased the item level of my equipment in that slot. So whatever my item level was for my armor for Nayeli, it just went up by +1 because this was a white common piece of gear. You get more item levels for higher tier gear. That's +1 item level for Delana's cape. Here we go. This is +2 item levels for Jarlaxle's hat, because this is an uncommon green gear. And if I could get a blue, if I could just get a blue real quick, would love to just get a blue real quick. Would love to just, I'll just open up a gold chest. There we go. So this green gear made Dragonbait's belt go up by 2 item levels. This green gear made Archon's shield go up by 2 item levels. And this blue gear made Archon's shield go up by 6 item levels. Item levels increase the effect of that gear. And the higher tier that gear is, whether it's white, common, green, uncommon, blue, rare, or purple, epic, is going to make those item levels basically worth more. So that's all. Duplicate item levels, duplicate gear increases the item level of your gear, so that nothing's ever wasted. More. Smuttick, question. If I get the skins from Tiamat, I also get the champion? I don't know. That one I actually don't know. I think there was someone who on formation save mentioned yesterday that they were going to find out and hopefully let me know. Strider is saying no, but I have not experienced it myself because I usually own champions before I get their skins. It'd be pretty amazing to get champions for free that way. But that is probably one of those situations where you do not. Because like I say, you often, but not always, get a champion when you unlock a skin for them. Is Nova a good one? Yeah. You can get Nova for free right now. If you do this. Put Mech Suit Nova into your game as a chest code, and you'll get Nova for free. You'll also get a skin for Nova, Mech Suit Nova. She's more than meets the eye. I don't know, it just looks very Transformers to me, but I love it. I've mentioned before, but like this is totally the kind of, like, if I saw this as a toy, like an action figure in a store as a kid, I would have wanted this toy. It just looks cool to me, I like it. You also get 3 gold chests for Nova for gear, so you can immediately gear her up and start using her. So that is still active. Don't miss out on that. Kvasilov. Question. I want more animated dead because reasons. I have Deacon, Viconia, Minsk, and Tatiana. Then I have Torgar, Zorbu, and Blushi gaining stacks. Any ways to have more faster spawns? Minsk Boast does not seem to trigger with Find the Feast. Still working on Speed Core. Oh, okay. You're still working on Speed Core. You're already using Deacon and Tatiana. You've got Torgar and... Okay, you've got Zorbu out, so you can't use Melf. I mean, put speed potions on is the only thing I can really think of. You sounds like you covered all of your bases. You're still working on your speed core, okay. And it sounds like you've got all the speed champions that you could get out to make enemies spawn faster, make the game go faster, while having out the champions that you also want to farm things for. Torgar, Zorbu. It sounds like you're doing good. Let's see. One thing that it sounds like you're missing is Shandy. Oh, that's a good point, Foolish Genius. I guess, yeah, Sentry is literally the Prime. Sentry Prime, so I guess she's the closest to Transformers we have. Well, then she should work with Nova. And they can both be Transformers together. I mean, I guess you could put them right up next to each other, since they're both tanks. It sounds like you don't have Shandy out, Kvasilov. Slot 6. She does make the game go up to 50% faster as long as the formation is not under attack. Which I'm not sure if you want your formation under attack or not. If you're just trying to farm kills for Torgar and Zorbu, then you don't need the formation to be under attack. You just need them to get kills. I guess you want Blushi under attack to become a spirit But then, like, Belushi isn't a permanent stacks gaining champion. She just gains stacks for the adventure that you're on, and then she loses them when you do another adventure. So, I don't know if it's really worth it having Belushi out there. And so in that case, maybe go Whittle instead of having Belushi out there at all. And then just have a different tank out there in case it's necessary to take hits. Yeah, there's really not much that I would change about what you've got set up there, it sounds like. Foolish Genius. If and when Mars becomes a champion, which item is going to be the bag of holding filled with tea? I'll have you know, I believe, there is an alchemy jug variant that exists in D&D canon that can actually dispense tea. So, it might not be a bag of holding. It might be an alchemy jug instead. Notice. 66. What is Bud? What'd it do? Do I have to physically be clicking? Okay. So, if you hover over this little number next to the lightning bolt by your ultimates, there's a little pop-up that'll tell you. Base ultimate damage. Your Bud, which stands for base ultimate damage, is based on the DPS of the highest hit that any champion has recently achieved against a single enemy. This value slowly degrades over time until it is replaced with a bigger hit. Ultimate attacks and fire breath potions do damage based upon this number. So you don't have to click things to set Bud. Your champions have to hit things to set Bud. And then, if you have a fire breath potion on, then your click damage will be based on what that Bud has been set to. Your Bud degrades over time, and it'll tell me, like, my Ashara hit for 3.36 E244 damage, and that was 6 minutes and 28, 29, 30 seconds ago, ongoing. And it shows that it has how much degradation, 99.99 plus % degradation. So that my Bud is currently 1 E218 and dropping. Just actively dropping as time goes on, until Ashara hits something really hard again. If I take my familiars away, bloop, then my Ashara will actually have a chance to hit something. There we go. She just set Bud at E237. 7 seconds go, 8 seconds go, 9 seconds go. So your Bud is set by the hardest hit your champions have recently done. And then it will swiftly degrade over time, second by second. Fire Breath Potions deal damage based on your Bud, but if you don't have a Fire Breath Potion on, then your click damage just does damage based on whatever your click level is. And that's it. It's actually not very complicated. Ways that you can get your Bud to go up even higher, things that we call Bud spikes. When you set up a situation where the stars have aligned and any kind of situational buff that depends on timing, like, oh yeah, when this champion hits this enemy, then for the next 30 seconds that enemy takes more damage from everything. Okay, and then maybe you have that going on, and you also have another person that's like, oh yeah, when this champion sneezes, all enemies take more damage for the next 5 seconds. Okay, and then you have that going on, and you also put in champions that just put permanent damage increasing effects on enemies when they attack them, like Warden in slot 11, Warforged Warlock in slot 11. Warden does that with Hex stacks. And then when the stars align and all of these things just happen to be at the same time, then you hit something, boom! And you get what's called a Bud spike, just really high levels of Bud. And that's when you can really do some work with your Fire Breath. Let me know if you have any further questions, but it's honestly a pretty simple concept once you know it. Graham Belitz. Hi, Mars. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Was that Belushi show yesterday a one-shot, or will we see Shadow again? That was a one-shot. But you might see Shadow again if I get the opportunity to bring him back. He's meant to be a joke character. I don't know, like, how funny it would continue to be if I played him out multiple times. But I'll tantalize you with this. I actually had 3 different ideas for a kobold to play, and I agonized over which one to go with. I ended up going with that one just because I thought it would be funny, while not being like, I'm funny because I'm loud kind of funny. One of my kobolds is funny because he's loud. And the other one is actually a very serious kobold. But it felt like we were leaning in toward being silly, so I went with one of my silly options. But I've got 2 more that I could potentially bring in for the future. I really love them. One of them is just a really cool character design, I think. Like, not the kind of thing that you would ever expect for a kobold, I think. And then the other one is a character who was an NPC in my past home games. All the way back from college, so they're like a 10-year-old kobold character at this point. So I hope to introduce you to the other kobolds sometime. Or even just recycle those ideas into other characters if need be. Really, I just want to play more D&D, y'all. End of comment. I just want to play more D&D. But I'm glad that you enjoyed Shadow. I'm glad that you enjoyed the one-shot. I think everyone did a fantastic job. What was really fun is that when I made up the character of Shadow, I had no idea what Blueshy's personality was. I had no idea that she was like a teenager trying to be cool and edgy. Because I made Shadow as just like a young kobold who is trying desperately to be cool and edgy. It just worked out beautifully that we were both going for the same idea. Completely independent of each other. Chris Lava, question. What is loot level? And how do you get more? Mine is currently 253. I need 2,000 to unlock the patron mert. Yeah, I really wish that they would change that wording because people ask, like, every week. And that's not on you. That's on whoever made the decision to call it loot level. It's the only time in the game that it's ever referred to as loot level. Otherwise, it's item level or gear level. These are all synonymous. Your equipment level, your gear level, your item level, your loot level. It's all the same thing. So, Mehen, for example, slot 2. This is a level 141 unconventional blade. This, slot 3, this is a level 145 Callan's poem. So this is 141 loot levels, this is 145 loot levels, here's 106 loot levels, here's 109 loot levels, here's 118 loot levels, here's 120 loot levels, all those combined. And then, also, all of the gear on all of my champions combined. All of this all together is my loot level. Every single one of these is added together to determine my loot level for whether I qualify for Mert or not, for the patron Mert. So eventually, you will have a lot more than 2,000 if you keep playing the game. But those early days, those early weeks of playing the game, yeah, it can take a while. Over on my Epic account, which I started on December 1st, it took me like 3 months to finally unlock Mert, which happened live on stream, so that was cool. But it's just your item levels. All of your item levels on all of your champions combined is your loot level. So, I open up a silver chest. Yay! I just got +1 loot level, because my gear level for Jamila's ring just went up by 1. So how to get more? Open up chests. Oh, just get more chests and open up chests. Every chest that has gear is going to give you more loot levels. Also, blacksmithing contracts. That's a quick way. If you've been getting blacksmithing contracts from chests, you can also just use these on champions to force their gear level to go up more. And then that will also increase your total loot level. That's how I finally did it. When I had like 200 loot levels left to go, I just started using blacksmithing contracts, and that took care of it. Jamie Unyielding, question. Hey Mars, next event champ spotlight today? No, I don't believe so. I believe we have a time gate weekend this weekend. And then I think we have another time gate weekend next weekend. And hopefully that gets us back on track for a normal schedule. I'll be honest, this has been confusing for me. I get so used to things. Oh no, not this! I hate it. I hate it. No, kill it. Kill it, 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 kill it. Please. Well, we're gonna put that in the background. I don't want to have to look at that anymore. Level up my champions so that they do not need my attention for a while. Great. And now go play my Steam account. And put my Epic account in the background so I don't have to look at the Neothalid. I hate that thing. Yeah, so the next time gate will be this weekend in 2 hours, 22 minutes, 2 to 2. It's my mother's favorite number. And then I think there's a time gate weekend next weekend as well, which is rare. It's weird. I'll be glad when we're back on a regular schedule. So no, I don't believe that there's a champion spotlight going up today. Jamie Unyielding, question. Hey Mars, see new MTG Baldur's Gate previews? New Miss Cleans Boo. I have not seen that. Could someone drop a link for that in the off topic on the Discord and tag me? I would love to take a look at that. I'm not like a Magic nerd, really. I don't like go really all in on Magic stuff. I enjoy the game, it's fun. But it's an expensive hobby. I did go all in for the D&D set, though, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, and I will probably get all of this new Baldur's Gate Commander stuff as well. I love D&D, so when they finally decided to do a D&D Magic crossover, I was all in, absolutely. Alex Byrne, question, did we finish some merch challenges on your Epic setup already, or are you ignoring them for a reason? No, I just haven't done it. I really want to get Ocoria, okay? Just really want to get Ocoria. And then, yeah, I should probably start doing Mert Patron stuff. Gosh. Now, I was worried about doing Mert stuff too early because I just felt like we didn't really have enough champions to work with. But I feel like we're in a much better state now. I mean, just taking a look at our roster. Wait, that's on... This is the wrong one. Of course I have a good roster on Steam. I have everybody. Over on Epic. There we go. I have 4 full rows. Plus Vi, I guess. That feels much better. So, yeah, I actually do feel like I'm ready to really dive in on Mert now. And some really good options in here, too. Like, I've got Orkira. I've got Riv. I'm still missing some things that would help a lot. But, like, I've got Zorbu. I can do Zorbu DPS for Mert stuff. So I probably will, because Zorbu's one of my best DPS regardless on that account. Poppy Duck Real, noob question. How do potions of fire breath work? What is Bud? Right, so hopefully you're here for the explanation about Bud. If you hover over the number next to the lightning bolt on your ultimates bar, it'll actually tell you exactly what Bud is. Basically, the hardest your team has hit something recently, whatever damage that is, that becomes your Bud number, your base ultimate damage. And then that number decides how much damage your fire breath potions do. So normally when your familiars or your cursor like clicks things, You do damage based on whatever's down here in the bottom left. Your click damage. Like right now, my click damage is doing 1.21 E115, E115 damage. Which is not enough to kill these things, right? But my bud is in the E240s, which is significantly higher. So if I want my familiars or my click damage to instantly kill these things, all I really need to do is turn on a Potion of Fire Breath. Potions of Fire Breath, even the smallest one, will add 75 seconds for me, because of a blessing I have, 75 seconds worth of my bud to the base damage of each click. Cool. So now my familiars and my cursor are clicking using my bud instead of my click damage level, which is a lot more damage. That's it. Not complicated. Higher level Fire Breath potions, like higher tier ones, that we're just using a small one. The medium, the large, the huge potions of Fire Breath, each does more than the last. Chaotic Complex question. Do you suggest I burn through blacksmith contracts in order to get the 2000 item level requirement unlock Mert? I mean, you might as well. If you're serious about playing Mert, about getting access to Mert patron perks and patron shop options as soon as possible, you might as well. But I caution you, only invest your blacksmithing contracts on event champions, okay? Not your evergreen champions. Your evergreen champions are just naturally going to get plenty of gear from regular silver and gold chests. Your event champions are going to be a lot harder to gear up. You're going to get some item levels and up to blue rare gear out of Electrum chests, but otherwise, they're a lot harder to gear up. So use your blacksmithing contracts on your event champions. And further, I would advise you to spread them out evenly. That's why on my Epic account, if I go to my blacksmithing contracts, it comes up with this window at first that shows all of my champions and all their gear, and it tells me what my average item level is. And you notice how all of my event champions here, and all, for that matter, all of my champions here, are at pretty even item levels across the board. I think the furthest away any of them are from each other, let's see. There's a few that I have at average item level 10. Here's Kroll at 31. Calliope at 30. Does anyone have more than 31? No. So the greatest disparity I have between average item levels of any of my champions is 21 average item levels. I try to keep it even. Over on my Steam game, similarly, I always work on getting all of my event champions to average item level 100 or higher before I start focusing on the next one. Where's my Tatiana? See, even my Tatiana's at 249 average item level. And she's the newest event champion. Ooh! Link and picture of Cars posted. Can we get your live reaction? Yes, you can. I want to see that. Thank you, friends. Oh, Minsk and Boo, Timeless Heroes, Legendary Planeswalker Minsk. Ah! Look at that! Look at that! Oh, that's so nice. It's not just Minsk, it's Minsk and Boo. They have equal billing. Let's see. Okay, so when Minsk and Boo Timeless Heroes enters the battlefield and at the beginning of your upkeep, you create Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample and haste. That's great. The Planeswalker abilities +1, put 3+1/+1 counters and up to one target creature with trample or haste. So Boo is an option, but it doesn't have to be Boo. And then -2, sacrifice a creature. When you do Minsk and Boo, Timeless Heroes deals X damage to any target where X is that creature's power. If the sacrifice creature was a hamster, draw cards. Minsk literally throws Boo. Go for the eyes. That's his... Oh my god. That's hilarious. Wow, they actually worked in Go for the Eyes Boo as a game mechanic. That's so funny. Thank you, Foolish. Thank you, Jamick. Oh, boy. And the borderless art is so good, too. He's actually tossing Boo for that one. Ah! I can't show this one on screen, unfortunately. Because I'd have to, like, show you my Discord. And there are secrets. Since I'm a moderator on the Discord. But thank you. That was really, really cool to see. I'm excited for that. Reds fan, why does Briv have a hobgoblin in his bag of holding? I have no idea. I have no idea. If anyone else can answer why does Briv have a hobgoblin in his bag of holding, you're welcome to explain to me in chat, please. I have no idea. Notice 66, let me rephrase the question. Is there a way I can rearrange the list of heroes so that the ones not being used are all on the far right of the bar? You want to know if it's possible to rearrange the champions that are on the bench down here? Is that what you want, Notice? Like, if I wasn't using... Like, right now I'm not using Human. Like, if I could pick up Human and drop him on the end here. No. There is not a way to do that. The champions are locked into the bench as it is presented to you. Good question. I don't think anyone's ever actually asked me that one before, so good question. But no, you cannot rearrange them like that. I can see that being useful. But I could also see that being confusing. Like, if people are sharing screenshots, and then, like, how did you get this person over here in that slot? Anyway, yeah, you can't rearrange them. I guess that was just a design choice. I don't know if that's something they even considered. Maybe you could ask on Dev Insights if that's something that they might consider, like, as an option. We have a show on Thursdays called Developer Insights. And on Developer Insights, it's the co-founders of the company, and you can ask them all the developer-related questions. Yours look different than mine. It might be because you're using the console UI, or because they are wider. Let's see. In your game settings... This is what it looks like by default when you're playing on PC. And there's a scroll bar, and you have to scroll between them. And that's really annoying. And so, a few months ago, they put in the narrow bench boxes option in your game settings, which makes it so that they all fit without any scrolling at all, which can help a lot. Oh, console portraits are default now? Really? Surprised. I was not expecting that. Narrowing your bench boxes also works if you're using console portraits. On my Epic account here, I use console portraits. On my Steam account, I use the classic portrait design. So I hope that helps. The Lurking Writer. Question, what can we do to make it possible for you to for you all to play those characters again? Gosh. I mean... I guess what Lauren always says on community Q&A, like, if you ask for it, and if enough people ask for it enough times, then whatever it is has a better chance of happening than if there is total silence about whatever it is, right? So, like, if you wanted to see a specific character in the game, ask for it. If you want to see us work with a specific, like, content creator, ask for that. If you want to see a change to the game, if you have a suggestion for the game, talk about it, ask about it. Nothing happens without a desire for that thing to happen. And the more public that desire is, the more pronounced that desire is, the more likely it's going to happen, right? That's just business. Foolish Genius question, Champions of Lore on the topic of kobolds, when? Did they do that already? That's a good question. I don't know if they've actually done that one yet. I'll poke Trevor about that. Trevor, lore, kobolds. I would love to sit on that episode. That'd be fantastic. It'd be really, really fun. Jason, hi Mars, hello. I've missed too many streams lately. Can you tell me important things or upcoming things I may have missed? Oh boy, Spring Extravaganza is happening right now. So open up your game, claim a free spring chest every day. Each of these chests has really good stuff in it. If you get 4 out of 7, you get this, a skin for an aioli, plus a feat, plus some more chests. Pack Antics, our webcomic from Trevor and Luke, now actually are in the game. Oh, I can't show them off right here, but I've already purchased them. Yeah, like here's my Minsk, for example. Here's Minsk in Pack Antics form. So Minsk polymorphed as a kobold, or rather, seeming, not actually polymorphed. They just look like they've been polymorphed. Yeah. Who did I have out freely? Yorvin also has a skin now for Pack Antics. Gosh, there's so much. Oh, there's the Nova, Mech Suit Nova code. Boom. Get this, Mech Suit Nova. Put this code into your game, you'll get Nova for free. You'll get a skin for Nova, it's really cool. You get 3 gold Nova chests. So there's that. And then what is probably the most exciting for longtime players is we have a new Evergreen champion that came out this week, Blueshie. She's our first, and so far only, Bullywug champion, and she's a dedicated magic tank who is, if I'm being honest, absurdly strong. Y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if Blueshie gets some refinement on her numbers, because as we saw on my show yesterday, you could get some pretty staggering support buff numbers from Blueshie with the right setup. We got an E28 buff on Artemis yesterday, barely even trying. So Blueshie is definitely like the new hotness right now. Blueshie is available in the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign, so check there. Also, we had a couple of days of streaming yesterday and the day before. I played in a D&D game that we live streamed last night. It was 3 kobolds and a Blueshie, and it was a lot of fun. I played a kobold named Shadow. We got the VOD for it on the channel in our history of VOD, so you can go check that if you want to watch. Okay, let's see. Joan of Arc question, do time gates always give you the hardest, must-reach level 175 variant the first time you open them for a champion you haven't played an event for? No, it's just random which one you get for the first time you open a time gate. Yeah, if you haven't played the event for them, it's just random. 33% chance, I guess, which one that you'll get. Lydia's question, what's more efficient to open for item levels, silver or golds? Silver. If you're just trying to get loot levels, pick up silvers and open up silvers. Final question for now, and the rest are going to be leftovers that I will answer on Monday, okay? Or actually, no, Tuesday. I have news. No more Guiding Hand on Mondays. Sorry. For good reasons. Good reasons, I assure you, not bad reasons. So yes, I'm on Formation Save Thursdays, and yes, I'm on Community Q&A on Thursdays now. But also, 1 fewer Guiding Hand on Mondays, by the way. Yeah. Alright, so this is the last question. Yoda ate my head. What's the fastest, easiest way to level up cores? You're gonna have to, like, manually play until you've got your core automation available. The Modest core has automation available right from the jump. But not all of them do. Some of them you have to work for. But once you have the automation available, pipe it up so that you have automation. And then set up a speed champions formation. Go to Mad Wizard and set your area goal to as far as you can go with click damage if you're using Shandy. And then if you're not using Shandy, just set it up to like stage 30 and have it just automatically reset every time it goes to 30. You might even consider putting potions of speed on automatic usage as well. It's going to burn through your supply of speed potions, but it will level up your core fast. Okay. I know, no more Mars on Monday. Yeah. For now. Maybe in the future there'll be something that I'm doing on Monday. We'll see. It's not actually a day off. I'm still working Mondays. I'm just not streaming Mondays. I have other work to do. Remember, I moderate and produce other streams. And work on other things, too, that are much more behind the scenes. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for joining me for this episode of Mars Guiding Hand. It looks like this exotic Ashara is pretty good. I mean, 600s. I'll report back on my next show how far I actually get with this. Hopefully stage 1,000 plus. We'll see. But I'll see you all again next time. That'll be Tuesday, 7 a.m. Pacific. Check out all the other awesome shows that we've got. Griddle Champions coming up next. So stay tuned for Sean and Lee. I think Lee was in chat for a moment, but I think I missed him. So shout out to Lee. Love you, buddy. Good luck pancaking today. Look forward to the art. You can follow Idle Shamans on social media. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Blake Hall, but please call me Mars. That's my preference. Thank you, Cody Entertainment. Thank you, Jordan, for moderating and producing and catching questions for us today. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Wherever you are in this fair multiverse of ours, stay safe. Have a good weekend. Have a restful weekend. I will see you again next week. Until then, look sharp. I know I do. See ya.